Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I'm going to be catching up on another one of my online art classes today. This one was one of the lessons from Let's Face It 2021. I'll put links to all of this in the description below in case you want to check it out. And this particular class was with Taylor Restivo. I'll put links to his Instagram below so you can check out his work. Oh, beautiful. I love, very, very distinctive style. I loved it. I went down a complete, well, in fact, he took me down 2 or 3 rabbit holes. One of them was just checking out all his amazing work on Instagram. He also mentioned that his palette is very limited. He used, I've jotted it down, he used just black, white, a naphthol red and a Naples yellow. And I think a pale magenta wash at the beginning or something. And he said it was kind of a variation on the Zorn palette. Well, I'd never come across that before, so off I went down another rabbit hole to check that out. And wow, what an eye-opener. Apparently Zorn was a Swedish artist. Again, oh, phenomenal work. And he used this very limited colour palette, just ivory black, titanium white, yellow ochre, cad red medium, and some people argue that he also used vermilion and viridian, but that's questionable. So I don't have all of the colours that he used or all of the colours that Taylor used. So what I'm going to do, what I've already just had an experiment with, I used this set. Now I bought this at auction. You wouldn't believe how long ago. It would have been about 1992 at the latest. I bought it at auction. And £13.75 for a set would have been a fair investment for me at the time. It would have been a quite expensive set of paints at the time. So I just thought I'll have a look and see if they're still okay. Well, they're brilliant. I'd never ever used them. It's a nice range of colours and they're all perfectly good still. So fantastic, because I've got another pack as well. Anyway, so I've used those and all I used was these 4 colours. So I've got the iron black. I didn't have an ivory black. Blacks do vary, don't they? So I won't get quite the same results. But so iron black, titanium white, yellow ochre, and I didn't have a cadmium red, so I picked out the crimson lake. And using just those 4 colours, nothing else, I did this little mixing exercise, colour swatching exercise. I wasn't as methodical as I should have been. I've kind of gone wrong a bit here and there. But wow, what an eye-opener. Just goes to show what you can do with a very limited palette. With this, I started off with the yellow ochre. That's the yellow ochre, that's the red, that's the black. Mix them with varying degrees, increasing degrees of white. And then introduce a trace of black into this section, a trace of yellow into this section, and a trace of red into this section. And then along here I've mixed the yellow with the red in increasing proportions as you move along. Here mix the red with the black, and here mix the black with the yellow. So it's a really good way of exploring just how much you can do with these few colours. I got totally engrossed in that. So I'm going to use that for my picture today. I'm just going to use those 4 colours. Taylor used the smallest brushes he had, he said, so I've picked out a selection of quite small brushes. I've got one here in case I want to do a wash earlier on. Now, and the last rabbit hole I went down was looking for the film. So this is what Taylor used as his reference, and it's a still from a movie called Like Crazy. Well, I'd never seen it, so I tried to find it on Amazon and Netflix and couldn't find it anywhere without having to pay for it, which I was too mean to do. So one day I'll get to see it. But it's a very sweet picture of a couple sort of entwined in each other's arms, fast asleep. Very different from, I've never tried working from anything like this before, so that'll be interesting. Now what Taylor did was go straight onto the paper with a fine brush and black paint and just painted the outline. I'm not quite brave enough to do that, so I've sketched roughly where things are going to be, and then from there I will just go straight in with the black outline. What I love, Taylor's style is very distinctive, and one of the things about it is that he uses black outlining quite a bit. Not everybody likes that, but I really like that look, so I'm definitely going to go for that. So enough waffling, I'm going to crack on now. I'm just going to speed through, play you a bit of music, and you can see how I get on. Wish me luck. See you in a bit. I think my picture's just starting to come back out the other side of the ugly phase. They always have an ugly phase, don't they? You just got to keep going. But what I've discovered is that I can't get that lovely black outline effect that Taylor does. It's just not working for me. So I have gone back to my old favourite, given it a coat of transparent gesso, and now I'm going to finish the last bit of outlining and highlighting with my colour pencils. And I've stuck to the kind of palette I've been using already. So I've got black, white, 2 different shades of warm grey, and a couple of kind of fleshy tones. I think I'm done with that, but I've made it my own. I couldn't get the same sort of effect that Taylor gets, but then at the end of the day, you know, we're not here to. I'm not taking his classes so that I can copy someone else's work. I think for me the idea is to be inspired, learn new techniques, and then put my own spin on it. And I guess that's what I've done with this. It did make me remember how much I used to enjoy just doing little studies of folded fabric years ago, and I haven't done that for a long time, and I could do with the practice, I think. So I might have a go at that again, and I really, really enjoyed seeing what I could do with just that very limited palette of black, white, red and yellow ochre. And that was an absolute revelation. So good colour mixing practice. I enjoyed it, and that is the main thing. I'm going to finish there. I hope you enjoyed that. I will put links to Let's Face It 2021 and Taylor Restivo, so you can check them out if you would like to. Thanks very much for joining me today. I really appreciate that, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.